What is that double-sided arrow? Where, Kavya? For the first node, link between, sir, what about double side link between the nodes? So this right node, what we have there, the right node of the, consider n1, consider n1 there. Okay. Consider the node n1. So right link of n1, listen here, right link of n1 contains address of node 2, whereas left link, what we have, left link of n1, do we have any left link for n1? Here, do we have a left link for n1? No. So where it will go? A first node itself. Similarly, consider n2. Similarly, consider n2. Right link of n2 contains what? Address of next node. Left link of n2 contains what? Address of previous node. Right? Yes or no? Yes, correct. So now you understood how the DLL works. Got it. Okay, fine. Done. So that is a very important that you should know the concept first. Once the concept is cleared, you can write the programs very easiest way using pointers. Okay, we'll go for the circular linked list. This is something different. Okay. The next concept we have is circular linked list. What the circular linked list will do is my question now, right? So here are this circular singly linked list. Be careful. Circular singly linked list. CSLL we call it as. Circular singly linked list. So here the singly linked list where the last node link field points back to the first node created. Last node link field, what we have created there, points to the first node. A last node link field points to the first node of the linked list. So here you can see initially in the single linked list, the last node points to where? In single linked list, the last node points to where? Yes, reply fast. Null, right? So here the last node, that null, is written back to the first node of the linked list. So we call it as circular linked list. The last link of the node is connected to the first link. We call it as a circular linked list, where points back to the first node where it is created. What about circular doubly linked list? Here a single link we have connected. What about circular doubly linked list? What about circular doubly linked list? A previous case is a singly linked list. Previous case, what I explained is singly linked list. Whereas singly linked list represented with only one data and link, right? This is doubly linked list contains left node and as well as a right. There is a node contains left link as well as right link. In doubly linked list of a circular linked list, a right pointer field of last node points to the header of the first node created. Header of the first node is nothing but a left part of the node what we have created. So right pointer field of the last node will be pointing to the header of the first node. That header of the first node in turn points to the left link of the node 1. This is how a circular doubly linked list is created. Is it clear now? Is it clear why there are two links in circular singly linked list? So this circular singly linked list is a link contains of both the nodes. So here the links for both the nodes, a node 1 and node 2. Consider a node 1 as well as node 2. So both the links it should work it like a circular fashion when we have only two nodes. For example, node 1 and node 2. So in a circular fashion, it will be connected. So that's why we will create a both left link as well as a right link for circular singly linked list only, not for simple singly linked list. That I'll explain it in the coding part while executing. You will come to know that. Okay. Is it clear? Whereas doubly linked list, we will be having a two left and the right part. Whereas singly linked list, we will not be having left and right part. Only right part of the node contains the link. That links only will be connected with the left and right pointers, but not the node created over there. Okay. So now we will write a simple C function, a very simple C function. If you know the pointer concept well, then only you can understand this. Execution I will do in the laboratory session with the iterative process. First understand the logic, how to write the program. So to find a length of singly linked list, compare static and dynamic implementation of singly linked lists. Normally, this is the general questions they will ask in the examination point of view or through any of the placement related. Okay. So function to find length of SLL. So this Canio is as usual. If required, if you are doing in a turbo C, you can use Canio.h. I think some student has message that the Conio.h error is there. I don't remember the name. Recently one mail is received. So when you are working with a turbo C, when you are working with in a turbo C compiler, you can exclude this Conio.h. Standard IO.h is standard for all the compilers. Here one structure we have created. Can you just see this a structure? This we call it as one complete list. One complete list is containing many of our nodes. So struct, what the struct should contain, a list should contain, what is a linked list should contain? Always one point is data and another part is a link. So data and link. Data, this is nothing but a link. We are dealing with singly linked lists, okay? Be careful. Data and the link. So that two parts we have created. Since data is a normal value, we have made it as a integer data type. Since link, what it contains, what the link will contain, what a link will contain in a linked list, address of a next node, right? Since it contains address of next node, it should be of a type structure only. Such struct, a list is a structure name. That is a tag of a structure. We call it as star link. Since it contains the address, we will make it as star link. So one field, what is there in the structure is a data, contains information, and another field of a structure we have is a link, which contains address of the next node. Okay, so this is one simple structure created. What is this statement called? So another statement we have there is type def int star node. What is that type def int star node? What is the type def int star node will have? So I have explained in the concept. Anyone please? So this is completely a list, right? That is completely a list. What is the node? That individual part what we have is called as node. The simple part what we have is called as a node there. So this is one node N1. Similarly, this is node 2, N2, similarly, and so on. N number of nodes we can create based on the length specified. That many number of nodes we can create it here. And in turn, type def struct we have made. So type def struct list space star node. This star node will act as a structure variable, that is a structure name again. Since we have made it as a type def struct, alias name is created there. So that using that we have created a node head. So first node head will be always null. There will not be any link created for the first node. How we insert a node data? So insert here is one function created, node star head, and one is a temporary variable created, and item. What is this item called? What is that item called? What will be that item stands for? Data to be inserted. Yes, correct. Students will be active, some will be inactive. Fine. Item is a data to be inserted, and the star temp is nothing but a link that is to be created for the next node link for adding the data. Read the element that has to be inserted. As I told, it's a dynamically. A linked lists are created, dynamical allocation of functions. If you remember those three functions, what I explained two times, I explained previous semester also two times I've done that repeatedly. This semester also I have done two times repeatedly. What are those dynamic allocation functions? Dynamic allocation functions. Yeah, Aryan, correct. Malloc. Section B and C, malloc, alloc, realloc, and free. Since we are using it here, and malloc function dynamically allocated size of node, that consent size of node what we have created there, that much of size is allocated for one complete node here. A temp of data, some alternative variable we are using here. So temp of data is an item to be inserted, right? So temp of link is equal to null since there is no data node connected. Next, if head is equal to null, if head equal to null, here consider if the data head is equal to null, head is equal to temp, else the current is equal to head. While current link not equal to null, enable the next link to be connected, then the current link will be temp. A link for this will be temp, right? So see, this four lines of code plays a major important role. After that malloc function, after the malloc function, we have inserted the data into the linked list. The 10 we have inserted, and the link we have connected to a null. So if the head equal to null, so here head is not null, right? Initially, head is null. After inserting the data, head is not null. So then we'll assign head is equal to temp. If not, so we will going to assign the current data to the head. So initial, when you are inserting the first data into the linked list, initially when the first data is inserted into the linked list, default head is made as null, right? So when we are initializing the first data into the linked list, default head is made as null. After inserting the data and the link is established, that head will not become null. So for that part, we have created this four lines of code. Just have a look onto this code once. So then we'll go for the next concept. Of code, this plays a major important for creating the next linked lists. If you have any clarification in this links, let me know. I'll be in the message box. Please reply it fast. I'll give. So just have that 5 lines of code. Please analyze it properly. current is not declared. It is a global declaration is there. The complete program I'll share it to you, Aryan. Don't worry. The complete program current is declared. Don't worry. Okay, if else part, right? I think the current is equal to head. So initially, yes, Aryan, listen. Initially, head was equal to null. So is null equal to null? That head data, whatever it is there, at the time we will assign it to temp. If not, if that head is not equal to null in the current part, so that current value sorry for the interrupt. So here the head part equal to null, we are checking the condition. So initially we have made head as null. So null equal to null. If that condition is true, it will going to assign that head to the initial temporary variable what we have created, the temporary node. If not, else the current is equal to head. When we are inserting the data for the second time of the node, when we are inserting the data in the second time of the node, at that time else part will be executed, not this part. At that time head will not be a null. Okay, so then we will going to assign the current head it to the current variable. If the current link is not equal to null, then we will assign current is equal to current link to the next part of the node to be connected. Then it will be linked to the temporary variable. That is nothing but a swapping of the data. We're going to do it there. This is nothing but a previous temporary to the next link will be connecting over there. Is it cleared? It's fine. So while execution part only, you will be come to know that how it is working. I'll take one complete class, maybe the Tuesday class. I hope it will be at 11:30. I request all the students to be attentive on that day. I will execute the complete linked list, all the three programs, one complete day I will take. That is 2 hours of session. Will clear a step-by-step procedure how it works. With some videos and all, I am going to demonstrate it on that day. Okay. So be attentive. Fine. So if there is no doubts, I will go to the next concept. One more function, what we have there. Next, important function, what we have here. Three functions will be having. One is a main function, an inserting function, and a display. Directly, we will be displaying the data. Okay. So the counting nodes. So how many number of nodes which is present in the concerned linked list, that we will be checking here. You can see there. Here again, head is a node variable we have. So node star p, one more a pointer variable created for a node. So this p is equal to head. Initially, a count will be 0. Initially, the count will be 0, while p not equal to null. While p not equal to null. When we have only one node, that will be equal to null. So here we have created three nodes, n1, n2, n3. So while p not equal to null. So is p equal to null or not equal to null? Check the condition. Is p equal to null or not equal to null? Section B and C. Reply fast. A linked list node I have created, and I am checking the condition. P is not equal to null or equal to null? Not equal to null. When three nodes are there, it should be not equal to null. When only one node is created, default that node is linked to null character, right? So here this is not equal to null. Get inside to this while loop. P is equal to p link. Connected to the next link. Count plus plus. Now the count is count plus plus, that is 0 plus plus is nothing but 1, right? Yes or no? Okay. Next, this link again, p is not equal to null, count plus plus 2, right? Similarly, next node 3, is p not equal to null or equal to null? Is p not equal to null or equal to null when it reaches to the node 3? Yes. So return that count. When it is equal to null, it will go to the else part. Return that count as 2. Two nodes are actively there in the network. A third node is not there. So this is how the counting of a node works. Okay. So next, a main function, a major part of this code is a main function. A major part of the code is a main function. What it performs. See here, int character I and n. I is used for the looping constructs and n is used for number of nodes. So node star head equal to null. Initially it will do while loop we are using, right? When we click 1, to insert the data to the array. When you click, there is a press a number 2, there is a choice at that time to count the total number of nodes. 3, display the nodes data without link. Here nodes only displayed, not the link. Okay. So check here the choice. Once the choice is entered, if choice is not equal to 2, if choice is not equal to 2, so keep on repeat the do while loop. When choice is 2, you're going to display that concerned count of number of nodes present there. Then case number 1, switch CA, that is case number 1, select that item to be inserted. Insert array. A function is called there. Insert array. A head variable we are sending. Previous case you can see that insert array function is there. So this function is called. Okay. Then the choice is 1. When a choice is 2, when a choice is 2, count the number of nodes. This count function is called. And total number of nodes, whatever it is there, that will be displayed after executing that function. Default exit 0. Okay, so only two major parts we are working with here. So if the choice is not there, the display function I have not created here. While executing the program, I'll create the display function of the nodes and I'll display the total number of values present over there. Case number 3, display function has not created here. So that once I created that display function, I missed it somewhere while writing it is missed there. So that I will recorrect it and send it to you people. Okay. So similarly, like displaying the stack and the queue, here also we're going to display the data, only the information field of the concerned linked lists. Okay. So now the main part here. Please look onto it. Just look onto this table, a static and dynamic implementation of a linked lists. Static and dynamic implementation of a linked list. What is major differences here? Just read that four parts what I have created there. Quickly, in 5 minutes of time, I glanced that. Just have a look into it. Yes, is it clear? Any clarifications is there? Please let me know fast. Any clarifications? Fast, make it fast. Briefly, I will describe this. Static implementation of data and dynamic implementation of linked list. So what a static implementation where it will be a faster in access of elements. When we do with the dynamic data, so we'll be keep on inserting the data and dynamically during runtime. At that time, access of the data will become slower. Insertion and deletion modification of list requires more resources and time. Whereas the dynamic implementation is done efficiently and it can be modified efficiently the insertion and deletion of the data into the linked list. A fixed size memory location, whereas a flexible memory during a runtime, as the name itself indicates, dynamically during runtime, you can allocate the memory. Resources allocated at the creation of data structure itself. Here, resources can be allocated during runtime efficiently. What you have understood between this static and dynamic, whereas a static is a fixed size, the access of the elements will be a little bit faster. Whereas a dynamic allocation, there is implementation. So using some dynamic allocation functions, we will be doing the memory allocation there. At that time, insertion and deletion efficiently can be done, and dynamically it allocates the memory during runtime of the execution. Okay, allocated of resources also during runtime is more effectively it can be allocated. So this is about a brief description how a static and dynamic implementation of a linked list takes place. Okay, so we'll go for the doubly linked list. Execution part, I will show the how linked list works nowadays. Yes, I will give the example. Don't worry. During the execution part of the list, I'll give the one more very important live example I will give, and running of the code also I'll show how exactly linked list works. This is for a brief description of the concepts how linked list work. Okay. So shall we go for the doubly linked list? Or we'll have it in the next class? Faster plan. You want it to be completed it now, or we'll have it in the next class? Now or next class? All got trained. Early morning only people are got trained. Eh? Okay.
Everyone, type your lesson numbers. I'll call the attendance. Lesson 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29,